Uh, just one thing. Tomorrow we have a test, right, for NCRT. We are working for that OTP based test login. We are working on that. If that process is over, we will have test tomorrow. Otherwise, it will be postponed to Thursday. If the system is not generated, the OTP is not generated. Actually, there are some technical issues. The mail is bouncing. If OTP is created, a mail should be sent to your mail ID. So that is bouncing actually. So we are working on that. Probably tomorrow it will be fixed. In case if it is not fixed, definitely we'll fix it on Thursday. Okay. So you will have a test on Thursday, and tomorrow you will have another guest lecture. So many students requested for Indian Forest Service. Okay. So I have requested one of officer IFS from 2017 batch. So he will give you a lecture on Indian Forest Service, particularly how to increase preliminary score, because generally for Forest Service 20 mark more you required to secure for from this one. When compared to civil service score, you need 20 mark more for getting into Indian Forest Service mains. So how to secure high marks and what are the syllabus and how service will be like that, there will be discussion from 2:30. Okay, so those who are interested in Forest Service, you can join in tomorrow's session. Okay, thank you.
அது பார்க்கலாம். So good afternoon, students. So today we will start West Asia. Okay. See, West Asia is a very big topic. Today our discussion is going to confine to this territory. Okay. So Pakistan, Afghanistan and all, we will leave it to the Indian neighbors. Okay. So we will be discussing Yemen, Oman, this Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Iran, Iraq, Syria. So this territory. Okay. See, first in this West Asia map, you see the POK part of Kashmir always lies with Pakistan. So this is obvious that all the West Asian countries, mostly directly or indirectly, they are supporting Pakistan regarding Kashmir issue. That you should note. Okay. And then you have to note that in West Asia, always there is a problem in West Asia. Frequently people are fighting with each other. between countries, within the country, people are having problems with each other. See, first we have to find out why this problem is there in this territory. Always why there is a problem. So that we have to find it out. Okay. So one thing you see, this West Asia, see, before the arrival of oil, West Asia is a very poor area. Okay. So no water is there. It is completely desertic area. Water is not available. So agriculture is not available. So agriculture is not available means food will not be available. So to mostly the people in the Arab side, I am telling, since the ancient times, you have to know that people are basically, they are nomads. Okay, they are tribal people. They move from one place to other. They can't live in one particular place. Okay, where water is available, people will be living there. Okay, and you have to know that what this Arabian people, majority people do for their living before the discovery of oil. You see, basically these Arabians are traders. Okay, so what this Arabian people will do is they will come to India. They will come to India, buy things from India, and then take it to Europe, and then sell that. Buy things from Europe, and then they will come. So the geographical location also is a main factor why basically the Arabian people are basically traders. And other thing is they can't produce anything. If you can't produce anything, then you have to go for, you should become a merchant, go somewhere, buy some things, and then sell it in the other place, and then buy something from that place. So automatically these Arab people, basically they are traders. Okay. And another thing what these Arab people mainly do is, these people go for war. Why people they go for war means, if they wanted to survive means they have to fight. Very less amount of food is available in that region. So if very less amount of food is available means, then always there will be a problem for domination of that particular territory. See, someone, I should be the leader of the territory, or someone from my tribe or my group should become the leader of that particular region. Then only I will get food. Otherwise, I will be starved. I will go hungry. I will die. So this is the situation. So that's why always in West Asia, that is in this territory, always there is a struggle for power. Okay. So you have to be in power, or someone from our group have to be in power. So that is very, very important. If somebody is not from our group is not in power means we will not get the benefits. The resource is very scarce. If resource is abundant means no problem. Resource is scarce. So you have to run for that. You have to go first, and you have to be strong enough to take that particular thing and use it for yourself. So always that is the reason why Arab people always fight with each other. Okay. Always there is a competition for survival, or survival of the fittest, that idea. Okay. Always people have to fight with each other, and the strongest will survive. The weaker will perish. So this is the idea. Okay. And you have to note that after the arrival of discovery of this oil, after 1900, you have to note that Western countries began to show interest in this territory for exploiting the oil resources from this territory. So what they will do is, something is available in our land means we will not share it with others. So what this Western country will do is, they will create some kind of problem between the people. Already the people, the tribal people doesn't like each other. They are warmongering people. So what they will do is, the Western countries may support one particular group of people and eliminate the other people, and they will dominate that particular person and exploit the oil resources. So this is how all the Western countries, particularly the West European countries and US, they were doing in Arabia. So that you have to note. Okay. So earlier there was no resources. That's why people were fighting with each other. Now the liquid gold, the black gold is available. That's why people are fighting with each other. So this is the reason. So now you see, if you see this territory means, you can't find a single country or a single territory without problems. See, every country means problems will be there. But problem with respect to these countries are very, very peculiar. Okay, so it is a power struggle, struggle only. Okay, people are fighting for power. Someone from our group have to become the leader. That is understanding. Earlier, because of the scarce resources, now because of the abundant availability of oil, everybody wanted to control that particular oil. So they will have some group may have some kind of understanding with Western country and overthrow the ruler, and they will become the ruler with the help of Western country. In return for the help provided by the Western countries, they will give all the oil field lease to the Western countries, and Western countries will exploit the oil resource from this country. Okay. The one thing which is common to all these Arab nations is Islam. So that you have to note. But although all the people, most of the people living in this territory are Islamic community, within the community there are sects are there. Like in Hindu, in India we have caste system, no? So like that within Islamic community, there are different groups of people are there. They doesn't like each other. Sunni, Shia, like that lot of communities are there, they doesn't like each other. So that is another reason why people are fighting with each other. That also you should note. Okay. So for simplicity's sake, what we are going to do is we are not going to discuss this Israel-Palestine issue in this discussion. So we'll be discussing this in a separate class, okay, not now, okay. So today our discussion will be confined to Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Jordan, like this, okay, this territory, okay. See, first you see in this territory there are three power centers are there, that you have to know. One is Israel. Israel is a powerful country. Iran is another powerful country. Saudi is another powerful country. So these are all the three powerful regional powers in West Asia. The regional superpower. Superpower means not world superpower. In regionally, these three countries are the superpower. If you take Israel, means Israel is a Jewish nation. They are very strong in finance, that means the economy. They are very strong in technology. They are very strong in military capacity also. But the country is small, but their capacity is very, very big. Okay. And Israel is fighting with both Saudi Arabia and Iran. Okay, because of the Israel-Palestine. So Saudi and Iran, they are supporting the Palestinian people, the Arab community, against the Jewish community. So Israel doesn't like Saudi and Iran. And coming to Iran and Saudi, Saudi is the leader of the Sunni Muslims, and Iran is the leader of the Shia Muslim. They doesn't like each other. Everybody wanted to become the leader of the Islamic community. That's why these two power centers, the heavyweights, they fight with each other. That also you go. That means the point is, all the three power centers are there, and all the three power centers, they doesn't like each other. That you have to note. That you have to note. The three power centers doesn't like each other. If you closely watch these three countries, means can you tell me which country is very close to US? See, Israel is a very close country to US. Saudi Arabia is also close to US. So today Trump is going against Iran. Earlier during Obama's regime, US had some kind of peace deal with Iran. So the point is, depending upon the merit of that particular issue, depending upon the needs of the country, particularly that means yesterday we discussed, no, the national interest of the particular country, US is having relationship with all the three countries. Relationship means friendly or hostile relationship, depending upon the national interest of US. Okay. So US is friendly with all the three, sometimes go against these countries. Okay, depending upon what US wants. Okay. So that means the US is a realist country. It is playing a power game. Okay. So whichever country is good for US will develop relationship with the particular country. Okay. So coming to India, which country is close to India among the three? Israel, Iran and Saudi. See, India and Israel are strategic partners. And we are defense partners also. Okay. And India and Saudi Arabia, we are cultural partners, and we are defense partners also. And then with respect to Iran, we are very close to Iran, we are cultural partners. So again, India is also following a realist policy, having a good relationship with all the three countries, depending upon our national interest. Okay. So there is no permanent friend or foe. That is the understanding that you have to know. Okay. So, and if you wanted to find out what is India's interest in this region, see, first one definitely it will be oil. First one is oil. So nearly 2/3 of our total oil requirements are satisfied by this territory. That you have to know. And then two, culture. Culture means one, Islam. Okay, in India, 13% of the total Indian population is Islamic community. And you also note that 13% of the world Islamic community is also living in India. That means literally the total number of Islamic community living all over the world is literally equal to Indian population. So among Indian population, 13% of the population is Indian population. So 13% of the world Islamic community are living in India. So culturally we are very close to India. And not only that, lot of NRI people, non-resident Indian from India, skilled, semi-skilled, even in the blue collar, you have to note that in most of the West Asia, our people are going and doing their job for the West Asia. Okay. So culturally we are very close to these countries. Okay. And then third one is trade and commerce. Trade, commerce and investment. Okay, so you have to know that approximately $200 billion worth goods transaction is there between the two regions. And note that among these West Asian countries, this UAE is the largest importer of Indian goods. Or actually you have to note that UAE is the largest importer of Indian goods in the world list itself. Sometimes US will top the chart, sometimes UAE will top the chart. So UAE is the largest trade partner of India in this region. A close ally of India is UAE, United Arab Emirates. That you have to note. And finally, the fourth one, very important one, security. Security is very, very important. Okay, because these West Asian countries, you have to know that directly, indirectly, terrorism related activities are there in West Asia. And the West Asian countries, directly, indirectly, they are supporting them also. And if any country goes under the influence of terrorism, means India will feel the bearing. Okay, that means India will feel the heat. Okay, so India is closely watching everything in this region. So the four important things what India wants from West Asia is, one is petroleum product, crude oil. And number two is culture. Culturally, because of the Islamic community and because of lot of NRIs are working there. And not only that, our NRIs are sending back approximately $40 to $50 billion every year back to India as remittance. Remittance means for their job, they are getting salary. No, immediately they will send it back to India. So India is getting lot of foreign currency, forex currency from this NRI people. That you have to know. And then trade and commerce. And finally, security, particularly terrorism related issue. So these are all India's interest towards this West Asia. Okay, and then you see, if you wanted to find, these are all the different countries which we are going to discuss. But if you wanted to find out what is the relationship between the two countries, these countries, whether they are friends, whether they are enemies, means it is difficult to find out. Okay, it's very confusing relationship. Again, same thing. Okay, so these are all the different parties involving in West Asian politics. Friend-foe relationship. They have a love-hate relationship. Okay, so depending upon the situation, they may take sides. So if you read any news in the newspaper, means regarding West Asia, 100% I am telling it will be confusing. Why? Means because we will be reading all the news in isolation. Okay, actually there is a basic connection is there between all the problems which is happening in West Asia. An undercurrent is there. So if we can link, so we have to discuss all the problems individually, and if we can link all these problems, then easily you can understand what is going on in West Asia, what may happen in the future also in West Asia also we can predict. Okay, so what we do is slowly, region by region, we will deal it, and then finally we will connect everything, and then finally we will connect with India. Like that we will discuss. Okay, so if you wanted to start the discussion, means we have to first start with the discussion from the birth of Islam. Okay, so this is not important for examination, but for basic understanding you should know this. Okay, so you have to note that in 570 AD Muhammad was born, and you have to know that in 615 I think he became a prophet. He used to meditate in some kind of hills there, and there he was able to communicate with God, and he spread those messages to the people. The messages he spread to the people was compiled into the holy book of Quran. That you have to note. And the problem is, you see, this Prophet Muhammad, he was born in Mecca. Prophet Muhammad, he is a monotheist. Monotheist means he believed in only one God. Okay, the God is Allah, he is the Prophet. So this is the ultimate basic understanding of Islam. But the issue is, the people of Mecca, by the time, before Mecca became an Islamic center, I am telling. So now only Muhammad became Prophet Muhammad. Now he is spreading his messages. He believes in monotheism. But the people of Mecca, they practice polytheism. That means polytheist. They are polytheist people, means they worship idols, they worship number of gods. So because of this religious misunderstanding, frequently there was war between Prophet Muhammad and followers versus the people of Mecca. Even lot of assassination attempts were there on Prophet Muhammad. So from Mecca, Prophet Muhammad, he went to Medina. But the people of Medina, you have to note that they readily accepted the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. That means Medina became the first Islamic cultural center. Okay. and frequently there were wars between Mecca and Medina, and finally Medina won over Mecca, and you have to note that Prophet Muhammad made Mecca and Medina as the two cultural centers of Islam. Two cultural centers of Islam. So that you have to know. And note that in 632, Prophet Muhammad died. Okay. So by the time Prophet Muhammad died, you have to note that the Islam has spread to all over the Arabian Peninsula, and slowly the idea of Islam began to spread to other parts of the world. So during this time only people died. And already I said, even before the arrival of Prophet Muhammad, see, they are Arabian people, no? Already we know the economic conditions there. See, resource is scarce, water is scarce, agriculture is scarce, no food is available. If you wanted to survive, means you have to fight. So this was the position. But under Prophet Muhammad, all the Arabian people were united together. They simply followed Prophet Muhammad. But there was no dispute about leadership. Prophet Muhammad was the prophet. He's a prophet. Okay. But what happened is when Prophet Muhammad died, now problem broke out for the leadership of Islam. Okay, because already I said I should be the leader, or someone from my family or my group should become the leader. Then only my group will survive. I will survive. Otherwise, I will lose things. Okay, because resource is scarce. More people are there. We have to be in power. Then only we can use the resource. Otherwise, we will perish. So this is the understanding. Okay. So what happened is after the death of Prophet Muhammad, literally the community, Islamic community, was divided into two groups. Okay, so this you should understand. Okay, so this is not for examination. Again, I am telling just for basic understanding what is happening today, why these countries are together. To understand this, I am telling. Okay, so literally the Islamic community has been divided into two groups. One particular group, they supported a person named Ali. See, Ali is the son-in-law of Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad had a daughter named Fatima. Ali is the husband of Fatima. So Ali is the son-in-law of Prophet Muhammad. So the people who supported Ali, they said that the criteria to become the leader of Islamic community should be, the leader should belong to the Prophet Muhammad's family, or the bloodline of Prophet Muhammad, or the family members of Prophet Muhammad only can become the leader of the Islamic community, because that is the best credential Ali was having. So everybody supported Ali. Okay, so this is one group. But on the other side, the people, they supported Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr. See, Abu Bakr is a close follower, advisor, and was the first person to accept Muhammad as his prophet. He's a friend of Prophet Muhammad, close advisor, and number one follower of Prophet Muhammad. And not only that, he is also the father-in-law of Prophet Muhammad. See, West Asian people, they practice polygamy. Polygamy means they marry for a number of times. Why? Means because geographical compulsions only. People, because of the scarce food, people always go for war. Men will go for war, they won't return. So more number of women population, less number of men population, men frequently die. So this ultimately resulted in polygamy. Very simple. Okay, leave that. So ultimately, one of the daughter of Abu Bakr was married to Muhammad. Okay, that you have known. So the people who supported Abu Bakr, they said that anyone can become the leader of the Islamic community. There is no criteria that he should have the blood of Prophet Muhammad or family member of Prophet Muhammad. Anyone can become the leader of Islamic community, but the only condition is he should be a true Muslim. Any true Muslim can become the leader of Islamic community. So that was the best credential. But ultimately, Abu Bakr became the leader. And after Abu Bakr, Umar became the next caliph. Caliph means the Islamic leader. Okay. And then after that, Uthman was the leader. Okay, no need to get into the internal politics. Many of the caliphs were assassinated. Internal politics. Okay, leave that. That and all beyond our scope. Okay. Point is, after Uthman, there was a power vacuum was there. And everybody elected Ali as the next leader. But Ali was also assassinated in some dispute. Okay, just leave it. Okay, no need to discuss that. Okay, Ali was assassinated. After Ali, his son Hassan became the leader. But everybody accepted Hassan. For Ali, oppositions were there. Why? Means because the followers of Abu Bakr, Umar and Uthman, they did not like Ali. But ultimately Ali became the leader. But when Ali was assassinated, his son became the leader. Everybody accepted Hassan. Why? Means because Hassan is a grandson of Prophet Muhammad. Hassan's mother is Fatima. Fatima's father is Prophet Muhammad. So everybody accepted Hassan. But Hassan is too much, he is a religious person. During the same time, among this group, there is one particular leader called Muawiyah. He commanded a very big army. And because of some political pressure, ultimately Hassan stepped down from power. And ultimately Muawiyah became the 6th Caliph. So what happened is, when Ali was assassinated, literally the Islamic community became two. Why? Means because the supporters of Ali, they blamed this group for the assassination of Ali. So this is an allegation. We don't know what is true because two versions are there. So that is not our point of discussion. Okay, Ali was assassinated. The people who supported Ali, they became the Shia Islam community. The people who followed the Caliph, this Caliph, Umayyad Caliph, this group, they became Sunni Muslims. So the point is, Islam was a religion which became popular under Prophet Muhammad. After Prophet Muhammad, the Islamic community, there were two major divisions are there. One is the Sunni Muslims, another one is the Shia Muslims. So this is what you have to note. Okay. So Sunni Muslim, they said that anyone can become the leader. Shia people say that only the family members of Prophet Muhammad can become the leader of the Islamic community. So these two communities always fight with each other. They doesn't like each other. So why I am telling this? Because now if you go and see, means why Saudi and Iran are fighting with each other, means Iran is the leader of Shia community and Saudi Arabia is the leader of Sunni Muslim community. That's why they are fighting with each other. So can you understand? So this basic understanding you should have. Then only we can find out what today, why these countries are fighting with each other, what are the problem among these countries, then only we will know. Okay. So now I am going to show one more diagram. Same, nothing new. Okay, same thing. Prophet Muhammad, and after that Abu Bakr, after that Umar, after that Uthman. After that, Islam divided into two groups. Under Hassan, these people who followed Hassan, these people, they are called Shiites. Shiites. And Sunni Muslims are also there. And these are all the offshoots of Shia, the subdivision within Shia community. Okay, Ismail, the Iranian population. Zayed, Alawi Druze, okay, Ashari. So these are all the groups, the subgroups within Shia community. Okay, and these are all the subgroups within Sunni Muslim community. Hanabali. So under this only the Wahhabis are there. The Wahhabis are the ruling clan in Saudi Arabia. So today the Saudi king Salman is there, no? He is a Wahhabi. Okay, and then we have so the other group is called Hanafi. See, majority of the Indian Muslim, the Ottoman and Mughal remains, majority of them are living in India. So they are Hanafi Muslims. And then we have Malik. And then Shafi. So these are all the offshoots of Sunni Muslims. That you have to note that. See, the point here you have to notice, after Prophet Muhammad, the Islamic community divided into two. That you have to note. One group Shia, another one is Sunni Muslims. So the point is, among the Islamic community, Shia community are only 15% of the total population. Shia communities are 15% of the total Islamic population. That you have to note. So that means 85% of the total Muslim population, they are Sunni Muslims. That you have to know. So this is the thing you should be clear. So among the world Islamic community, 85% of the total community, they belong to Sunni Muslims. Only 15% of the population belong to Shia Muslims. So that you should know. So this is the basic thing you should know before entering into the politics of West Asia. Then only we can understand. Otherwise, it is waste. Okay. So now I think you have an understanding. Islam, after Prophet Muhammad, Islam divided into two. Sunni Muslims, they are 85% of the population, and Shia Muslim, they are 15% of the population. Okay. So the entire politics is based on this division only. So now I am showing a map which shows the Shia Sunni population. The green patches are Shia population of the world. I will show you a better map, you will understand better. Okay. So this is a map. So this map clearly shows the Shia population of the world. So among the total Muslim population, only 15% of the population belong to Shiites. Okay. And for the Shia, you have to note that Iran is the power center. In Iran, 90 to 95% of the population are Shia Muslims. In Iraq also 65 to 70. So Iran, Iraq, Azerbaijan, and also in Lebanon, and also in Bahrain. So in these 5 countries, Shia community is majority. That you have to know. In these 5 countries, Shia community is majority. Shia community is majority. Okay, but in Iran, Iraq, and Azerbaijan, you have to note that Shiites are in power. The country was ruled by a Shia ruler only. So no issue is there. In case of Lebanon, although they have a majority Shia population, other community people are also living. Sunni Muslim communities are there, Christian people are also there. All the 3 communities, they share the power in Lebanon. That you have to note that. Or we can say like this, in Lebanon, the Shiites are in power. They also share power. Because why I am telling this? Because sharing power is very, very important. Holding the power is very, very important. Why means to survive. Otherwise you will not survive. Resource is scarce. Now oil is available. If you want to reap the benefits of the elements, you should be in power. So in the 3, Iran, Iraq, Azerbaijan and Lebanon, Shia are in power. But in the case of Bahrain, 65 to 75% of the population, nearly more than 2/3 to 3/4 of the population are Shia community. But the exception is, Bahrain is under the control of a Sunni Muslim ruler. The ruler is a Sunni Muslim. Majority of the people are Shia Muslims. Can understand? So this is an exception, Bahrain. And like that, if you take the case of Syria, the case is reversed. In Syria, 15 to 20% of the population is Shia Muslims. But majority population is Sunni Muslims. The ruler is a Shia. So can you understand? So the point is, Iran, Iraq, Azerbaijan, Lebanon, Shia majority country, ruled by the Shia people are sharing the power. In Bahrain, although Shia people are majority, a Sunni Muslim is ruling the country. But in the case of Syria, although Sunni Muslims are in power, I mean in terms of number, they are the majority. In Syria, the ruler is a Shia ruler. You can understand. So this is the confusion. Because of this only, all the countries are in trouble. You can understand. See, if one particular community is majority in one particular country, means because in modern day governments and all based on majoritarian government only. That means in Bahrain, majority population is Shia, but ruler is a Sunni Muslim. They doesn't like each other, but they are controlling the country. Like that in Syria, majority population is Shia, Sunni Muslims. Shia community is only 15 to 20%, but in Shia you have to note that the ruler, the Bashar al-Assad, the president of Syria is a Shia ruler. A minority is ruling the country. So in Syria and Bahrain, minority is ruling the country. In Bahrain, majority community is Shia, but the ruler is Sunni Muslim. But in Syria, case is different. Majority community is Sunni Muslim, but the ruler is a Shia. A minority is ruling the country. So this you should note. Then only we can understand everything. If you can understand this particular map, means remaining things are very easy. Easily we can handle the West Asia. And for the Shia, Iran is the power center. For the Sunni Muslims, Saudi Arabia is the power center, along with UAE and Qatar. So these are all the 3 countries. 3 countries are there. They are triads, and among them, Saudi Arabia is more powerful. Why Saudi Arabia is very, very powerful? Because of 2 reasons. One, Mecca and Medina are in Saudi Arabia. The 2 important cultural centers of the Islamic community is in Saudi Arabia. So it is in Saudi Arabia's territory. And 2, Saudi Arabia is one of the richest country in the world today because of the oil. The world #1 oil producer is Saudi Arabia. So they are rich country. Culturally, they are also powerful. That's why Saudi Arabia. The point is why Saudi Arabia and Iran are fighting with each other. Means now Saudi Arabia, the Wahhabis, the Salman king, the Wahhabi who is ruling the Saudi Arabia, wanted to become the leader of the entire Islamic community. But who is not accepting the leadership of Saudi Arabia? Wahhabis. It is Iran. It is Iran. Okay, because Iran belongs to a different community. How they will accept Wahhabis to be the leader of the entire Islamic community? Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so that's why Iran and Saudi Arabia, they are going for they are competing for the leadership. Saudi Arabia, already 85% of the population, that means the entire Sunni Muslim population, they are accepting Saudi Arabia. Okay, but the point is, Iran is not accepting the leadership of Saudi Arabia. That's why they fight against each other. Okay, so this is the basics of West Asia. Okay, so this is why all the countries they are fighting with each other. So now I think you have a fair understanding. Islamic community is again divided into two community, and among them Shia community is minority, Sunni Muslims are majority. See, in India 10 to 15% of the population is Shia. Pakistan also 10 to 15 are Shia. Afghanistan 10 to 15 are Shia. Saudi 10 to 15 are Shia. In other countries also they are less than 10 to 15 only. So the Shia community form only less than 15% of the total Islamic community. That you have to know. So I think now you have a fair understanding about the position of each and every community and who is ruling in the particular country, who is majority in that particular country. Okay. So now you should know one important an organization called GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council. It is a group of Gulf country, Arabian Gulf country, led by Saudi Arabia. So these are all the other countries: Oman, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, and Kuwait. So now the present problem is Qatar doesn't have good relationship with all these countries today. So we will discuss this issue at the last of the discussion. Okay. So as of now, just to note that these are all the countries who form a group called GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council. Basically, it is an economic council from the outside, but actually it is a group of Sunni Muslim country. The important point, what you should know about GCC is, this is Iran. This is Iran country. So note that in GCC, Iran doesn't have a place. That you should note. In GCC, Iran doesn't have a place. Okay, or we can say like this: the GCC will take decision against Iran. To contain Iran only, this GCC is formed. Like that we can take it. Okay, or GCC is an anti-Iran group. Okay, Iran has no place in GCC. So this is the point. GCC is led by Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia will always take decision against Iran. Very simple. So this you should know. I'll show you one more group. So this group is called Arab League. Okay. So we used to call Arabians, Arabs, Sheikhs, Arab Sheikhs, and like that we call no. Who are the Arab people? Means this is the Arab world. So this Arab League is also called WANA group. WANA. West Asia, North Africa. So this group is called Arab League. So this group are Sunni Arab Muslims. They are Sunni Arab Muslims. Sunni Arabs. Sunni Arab Muslims. And again this Arab League is led by Saudi Arabia. That you have to note. And again you see, Iran has no place here in Arab League. Because Arab League is a Sunni Muslim group. So again we can take like this: Arab League take decision against Iran. Like that we can take. Okay. So you can understand. So these are the two important groups you should note. One is GCC, another one is Arab League. In GCC, it is a group of Gulf countries. GCC is a group of Gulf countries alone. They will take action against Iran. They will put pressure on Iran always. Arab League is a group of Sunni Arab Muslims. They also doesn't like Iran. Iranians are not called Arabians. They are Muslims, but they are not Arabis. Arabi means this is the people, the Muslim people, the Shia community belong to this country only. We call it as Arabians, Arab Muslims. So this is Arab League. Okay. And one final organization, that organization is called OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. See, what is this Organization of Islamic Cooperation? It is a common group for all Muslims. This is not about Sunni Shia. It is about Islam. Any country have Islamic community can become a member in OIC. Okay, that means Saudi Arabia is also there, Iran is also there. Both the countries are there in Arab League. That you have to know. In OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. What about India? India also, we have 13% of the world Islamic community are living in India. See, actually what happened is, when Arab League, this OIC was founded in 1970s during this time, Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India. By the time, the OIC member, the leadership, they sent an invitation to India to come and join, because India, in Indian land, 13% of the world Islamic community are living. We have the 13% of the world Islamic community. Already I have said this. So, so on behalf of the 13% of the world Islamic, and this is a group of, this is a common group for all Islamic community. So on behalf of our Islamic community people who are living in India, our government sent Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, the former president, as a representative to go and attend the OIC conference. But when we was about to attend that particular conference, we are not allowed to attend. We were given invitation. We went there to attend, but we are not allowed to enter the conference. Why? Means because this Pakistan lobbied against India and put pressure on the Arab countries, taking the Kashmir issue. Okay, all the Arab countries in 1970, they were supporting Pakistan only. So they said that India is doing something against Islamic community, like that. Pakistan created some issues, and we were not allowed to attend that particular meeting. It was a big embarrassment for India. That you have to know that. But what after that only India now came to an understanding that our particular influence, India's influence in West Asia. So what India did is, India after that, after 1970, after this particular incident, slowly began to develop bilateral relationship with all the West Asian countries. All the West Asian countries, note this. See, you have to note that there is a general trend. Whenever India bilaterally handles any country, India will be very, very successful. But whenever India is going for a multilateral meet, always problem will be there. Whether it is a climate change conference, whether it is a WTO meeting, whether it is United Nations Security Council. Just now Sir explained, the former diplomat explained, it is very difficult to enter into UNSC like that. We won't get that majority. Okay. See, whenever we are going and dealing the world countries in multilateral level, we are facing problem. But whenever India is dealing any country personally, bilateral, one-to-one, means India is always successful. Very simple. Answer is very simple. Why India is successful? Because India is having a very big market. Everybody wanted to access our market. Very simple. So one-to-one relation means in return for the market, any country is ready to give any kind of concession. But the same country, when we meet in bilateral level, some problems will be there. Some problems will be there. So this is the issue. So that's why whenever we are going for a multilateral meet, some issues are there. Some issues are there that you have to know. So so that's why India is not included in OIC. And now also you have to note that India wanted to become a member in OIC. And from 1970, already I said, slowly we developed bilateral relationship with all the West Asian nations. And now today if you take into account, means India is the closest ally to all the West Asian countries. Maybe all the West Asian countries, they may be fighting with each other. They may not like each other. But if you wanted to name one common friend to all the different participants, that is India only. India is a common friend to all the West Asia. India developed this relationship. It is not naturally this relationship did not came. We cultivated this relationship and purposely we developed a relationship, and now India is a common friend to all the party. India is a friend of Iran. India is a friend of Saudi. India is a close ally of UAE. India and Qatar are also, we are economically we are very close. India is a close ally of Israel. India supports Palestine. So you take any party in West, India is a close, India supports Syria. So India is a friend of everyone. Okay, so if this is the case, means why India today is not getting membership in OIC? So this is the next question comes. Okay, so okay, in 1970 we are not influential. Pakistan was more influential, but now all the West Asian countries they are putting this Kashmir issue in the backside. Okay, and they are moving forward and having good relationship with India. Now India is a common friend of all West Asian countries. That also we have discussed. So in these circumstances, why India is not able to get the OIC membership? So two questions is arising here. One, why this West Asian countries now also not including India into OIC? That means the 13% of the total Islamic community in the world who are living in India are excluded in OIC. We can take like that, no? If it is a common organization for all Islamic community, means 13% of the people who are living in India are excluded. Why India is not included? This is question number 1. And question number 2, why India is seeking membership? Why? See, they are not allowing us to join that team, that group. Why can't you just neglect that, ignore that, and do some other work? Why we want OIC membership? See, answer is same answer only for the 2 questions. See, why these West Asian countries, they are not allowing India to enter into OIC? Means this is not because of Pakistan. Today, if West Asian countries have to take a choice between Pakistan and India, means Pakistan, they are naturally close to each other because of the religious connection. But you have to note that now today, after 2000, religion, ideology and all, when it is completely outdated ideas, okay? Economy only connects the entire world today. India is having close economic relationship with all the West Asian countries. Today, India is a very important country, influential country. We are buying oil from everyone. We are buying huge amount of oil from every country, Iran, Saudi, Iraq, etc., etc. We are paying them heavily. So because of India, those countries are earning lot of money. Qatar is earning lot of money. Saudi is earning a lot of money. Iran is earning lot of money. Iraq, we are importing a lot. So this country, we are a number 1 customer, a regular customer to these countries. Every year we are buying lot of oil and gas from these countries. So they won't like to miss a customer, even though we belong with, that means India is branded as a non-Islamic country because India is a secular country. India is not an Islamic country. That doesn't mean that they should go against India always. In 1970, they did not realize this. But after India developed this kind of relationship, now also these countries are not allowing India. Why? Means because if India is allowed to attend that particular meeting, means because we all know that since 1990s, we are facing terrorism. See, terrorism is not a new phenomenon in India. Okay, since 1950, terrorism is there. In 1950s, 60s, Northeast separatist groups, terrorism was there. Okay, some elements are there who doesn't like to be with India. They are creating problem in India, and then they will go and hide in Bangladesh, Myanmar, etc. Like that, people are there. And 70s, 80s, Naxal Bari movement were there. Maoist problem was there in the eastern corridor, red corridor. We call it as red corridor. So they are also terrorist people. They are doing sabotage activities in India. But note this: these 2 people are our own people. Although they are going against our government, our legitimate government, these people are our people. They have some kind of grievances, ideologically, economically, or socially, whatever it is. They have some kind of grievances. They were not able to include it in the mainstream in India. That's why we have a problem with Maoist, Naxal Baris, and Northeastern separatist group people. Okay, in Kashmir, but you have to note that these Northeastern separatist groups and the red corridor, the eastern corridor, the Maoist Naxals, you have to note that they are our people. They are our brothers and sisters. Note this. But from 1990 only, cross-border terrorism was there. Cross-border terrorism. The Kashmir-based separatist groups are because of the cross-border terrorism. Okay. So now because of Pakistan only, India is now affected because of the cross-border terrorism. So India is a victim of cross-border terrorism, cross-border Islam-based terrorism. Like that, India is branding because of the Pakistan's involvement in this Kashmir. They are using religion and they are creating bad things. Okay. So if India is allowed to attend this OIC meeting, means what may happen is, in the first instance, when we are allowed to speak, allowed to express our opinion, means immediately India may raise terrorism issue. And if India raises this terrorism issues, means this may directly or indirectly embarrass all the West Asian countries. Because all these West Asian countries, directly, indirectly, they are supporting terrorism. So they don't want India to raise this issue, and India know very well that is the best forum to raise problem regarding terrorism. So this is the reason why these countries are not allowing India to enter into OIC. This is one main reason that you have to know. And then the other reason what we can find is, see, in Israel-Palestine issue, this area, Israel-Palestine issue, India always support the Arab stand. we support Arab population. We support the Islamic country, West Asian country stand. Morning also, Srinivasan sir, he explained, okay, we did not like Israel in the beginning. Only after 1990 only, we established relationship with Israel. So until that, we were supporting Arab people's stand regarding West Asia, supporting Palestine. Okay, even in United Nations, we vote against Israel, the division of Israel-Palestine in Palestine territory. Okay, that means we saw Israel as an imperial country coming and occupying other countries' land. Israel is an aggressive country. In 1950s, we thought like that only. We were in lines with the Arab community only. But India now feels that the pro-Arab stand India was taking regarding Israel-Palestine issue is now not, those countries are not showing back their gratitude towards India. They have to reflect the same attitude towards India, no? So they have an issue. In that issue, we are supporting them. We have an issue in that Arab countries are supporting not India. They are supporting Pakistan. At least they should remain neutral. But they were directly, indirectly, they were supporting Pakistan. But not now. Now they have stopped. But anyway, I am telling, in Kashmir issue, they are not supporting India. In Kashmir issue, all the Arab nations are with Pakistan only. Even last year, there was an OIC meeting. In that meeting, you have to note that they passed a resolution regarding this scrapping of 370. They said that it is causing a worry for all the OIC nations. Like that, they passed a resolution. Even Indian External Affairs Minister was invited as a guest to attend the OIC. Guest. So we are not a member. Guest means we can go and see what these people are doing. Like that. We were allowed to observe the things, what is happening in OIC. But now also regarding Kashmir issue, all the West Asian countries, they are supporting Pakistan, not India. At least India want West Asian countries to remain neutral. But although now they look neutral, but internally they support Pakistan only. So that's why what India did is, nowadays, here afterwards, what we have to do is, we should not depend upon these West Asian countries. So after that only, India began to directly develop relationship with Israel. That you have to know. So the point is, we want good relationship with West Asian countries, and we wanted to join OIC, but OIC countries, they are not allowing India to enter into OIC. That you have to know. In OIC, Iran and Saudi Arabia are together, because this is not about Sunni Shia. It is about Islam. Which are all countries who have Islamic community, they can become a member. There are certain other countries like Russia. In Russia, a lot of separatist movements are there in this region. The Russian government is fighting against the Islamic terrorist groups, separatist groups in their country, Chechenian rebels, etc. So since the national government is fighting against Islamic community, how can you allow that particular country to come and attend OIC? Similarly, Philippines, similarly, Thailand, like that, some countries are there, they are part of, in that particular country, Islamic community is there, but they are not allowed to enter into OIC. So India's case, now I have explained. Okay. So these are all the three important organizations you should know. One is GCC. It is a group of Arabian Gulf countries. And number two, it is Arab League. In Arab League, you have to note that it is West Asia and North African countries. These two countries, in these two regions only, we call them as Arab community. Arab community also always take action against Iran. They are against Iran. Iran is not included in Arab League. Next, we discussed OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. So in Organization of Islamic Cooperation, India wanted to become a member, but India is yet to become a member. Okay. So what we'll finish the class earlier. We'll discuss one more issue regarding this, and then we will stop. Before getting into country-wise, India, that particular country-wise, we will discuss one more issue, and then we will stop the class. See, since 1500, this is Mediterranean Sea. The entire area east to this Mediterranean Sea was completely under the control of Ottoman Empire. It was completely under the control of Ottomans. Ottomans are the Turks people. Turkish. This is Turkey. So, so now you have to note that the Caliphate system is not there. Ottoman Empire took over control of the entire Islamic region, and all the Islamic community, whether it is Shia, Sunni, that is not a matter. Everybody accepted Ottomans as the political head of the Islamic community. That you have to note. And Ottoman Empire also did not identify themselves as, I am a Sunni Muslim, I am a Shia Muslim. No. Why? Means because this Ottomans were already very busy in fighting against Russia, fighting against Austria-Hungary, fighting against France, fighting against England, like that. Okay. So Ottoman Empire, it began to project itself that they are the leaders of the entire Islamic community. So since 1500, the entire area east to this Mediterranean Sea was under the control of Ottoman Empire. Under Ottoman Empire, all the community people, tribal people, Sunni, Shia, the sub-community, they were living peacefully. Peacefully means they don't have very big problem because everybody accepted Ottomans as their leader. But what happened is, in the First World War, after 1900, in the First World War, these Ottomans, they sided with Germany. And finally, they lost the war. Germany, the First World War, Germany, Turkey was defeated. Everybody knows this. First World War. As a result of the defeat of Ottoman Empire, what happened is, the Ottoman Empire disintegrated. The Ottoman Empire disintegrated. That you have to note. That means the victor countries like British and French, they divided the Ottoman Empire. This is Palestine territory. This is West Asia. Okay, here Saudi Arabia comes. Okay, so the entire Ottoman Empire is now divided between French and the British people. So this territory, the southern part of the Ottoman Empire, they call it as Palestine. Palestine today, the British Mandate territory between 1917 to 22, during this period, was consist of Israel, Palestine, Jordan, and some other parts of some other countries. The northern territory went under the control of French Mandate, French control. Okay, so the Ottoman Empire finally disintegrated in early 1900. So you have to associate this with Indian freedom movement, Khilafat movement. In India, in Indian freedom movement, there is one movement called Khilafat movement. The Indian Muslim, they went against British rule because British captured this Ottoman Empire. Ottomans were the leaders of the Islamic community. The leader of the Islamic community, Ottoman Empire, was disintegrated, and British and French people, they took over the particular territory. Protesting this only, Khilafat movement started. Gandhi and all the entire Indian population supported the movement. We went against British, saying that British should not completely take over the Ottoman land and overthrow the Ottoman Empire. But anyway, Ottoman Empire is no more. So French territory and British territory, that you have to note. So, and note that these are the the imperial powers of the world. Everybody knows this. See how they divided the Ottoman Empire is, you see how can the boundary between two territory will be a straight line. See, a boundary between two countries, always it is zigzag only. But see, the British people and the French people, what they did is, these two imperial powers, they divided the Ottoman Empire almost like a straight line. See, what happens is, for example, you see, there will be one particular community in this region. For example, take this is tribe number 1. So tribe number 1 under Ottoman Empire before this World War, they were living together. They are minority, but they were living together. But what this British people did is, they divided this tribal people like a piece of cake. They cut these people like a piece of cake. So this is tribe 1. Everyone tribe 1 is there. And they put it in different countries. Where another tribe will be there, T2 will be there, here T3 will be there. So T1 and T2 have to live together because now they become a nation. Can you understand? Okay. That means, for example, this class is there, in this class 100 people are there, you people are minority, I am an alien, I wanted to come and control you. So you can't accept a leader outside your country. So what I'm doing is, together, although you are less number, together you are very, very powerful. So what I am doing is, I am dividing this class into four groups. And this class doesn't like the members of the next class. This class doesn't like the members of this side class also. So I am taking one group of people and putting them in that particular class. I am taking one group of people from this side and putting in another class. So in the next class, you have to note that you can't raise your voice because you are minority and the other people are your enemies. But you now belong to a country, nation country, because after the World War only, lot of countries were born. The modern day, Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, all these countries were born after this only. So in the modern nation state, you have to note that in the name of nation, the different unfriendly groups, they have to live together. So this is nothing but the divide and rule principle of the British people. See, again I will tell you one example. So after India became an independent country, in 1956, a State Reorganization Act was passed. Based on linguistic basis, the states were divided in India and every state had one particular language. For Tamil, Tamil Nadu. For Kannada, Karnataka. For Telugu, Andhra, now Telangana. Okay, Malayalam, Kerala, like that it is there. See, just imagine, Tamil Nadu population or 6 to 7 crore population is there. So, Tamil Nadu population together, we are minority only. We are only 6 to 7% of the Indian population. But, together we are strong. So, what, to divide these people, suppose a power is there, means central government, what it does is, it divides Tamil Nadu into 4 parts. The northern part of Tamil Nadu will be given to Andhra Pradesh. The northwestern part of Tamil Nadu will be given to Karnataka. The southern part of Tamil Nadu will be attached with Kerala. If this is the case, means the 6% of the population will be divided in 3 states. In all the 3 states, these people will be 2% of the population. And in nowhere we can raise our voice. Together as 6-7% we are strong. But if you are divided into 2-3 groups and put in different states, means there we have to become minority and those people may not accommodate us. If this is the situation, means then what happens? In all the states people will be minorities and we can't raise our voice. So like that only, what they have done is, earlier they were one group of people were there. They divided the people into different groups, put them in different countries. So now this become one country, this become another country, this become another country. So here another tribal people will be there. This is T1, tribal 1. This is tribe 2, this is tribe 3. So now in the name of nation, you have to live with another group. And these people will always fight with each other and it is easy to govern the people. This is divide and rule principle. This is how British conquered the entire world. Or I will tell you one strong statement. Okay, it is true only. In the world, if any 2 countries have border problem, means I am telling this again. If any 2 countries are having border problems, means definitely I am telling, British people will be behind it. British or French, the imperial power will be behind this. This is true. I can give you lot of examples. What is the problem between India and Pakistan? Border. Who is behind this? British people. What is the problem between India and China? Border. Who is behind this? British people. They have only demarcated the territory. So we can't say that whether British people did correctly or not with respect to India and China. That is not a matter. See, since British people are powerful, when they demarcate a territory, the territory will be demarcated in their favor only. Maybe the other country, the second country, they may not be in a position to fight against that British power. Maybe that's why they might have accepted that particular territory. But when British left that particular territory, now they are trying to claim that particular territory which was occupied by British by that time. So this is the reason. See, who demarcated the McMahon line between India and China? The British Indian government and the Tibetan government. So when British left India, Indian government took over the control of British India, now the present India. And Tibet went under the control of China. China is fighting with India and China is telling that the demarcated territory, which was the demarcated between British India and Tibet was not correct. Because British might have dominated that particular territory and they might have got the lion's share. Tibet is not in a position to negotiate with British. So that's why now China is they are powerful. Now they are taking their land. So this is their claim I am telling. I am not telling that McMahon line, beyond McMahon line, China can come and take over our country's land. No, I am not coming, I am telling that. But what I am telling is, wherever there is a boundary problem is there, the British mischief is behind this. India, Bangladesh problem, British mischief. Okay, African countries, they are fighting. You see, if you take African map, you see like what they have done is, they will not demarcate that administrative territory based on existing administrative setup. But they will decide the territory existing. Traditionally, this is your country, this is my country, like that. Already the princely states have established their territory in Africa, West Asia and also in India. But these British people and French people, what they will do is, in a table, they will put a map and then they will demarcate the territory using a scale. They draw the line, this territory you take it, this territory I will take it. See, in Africa, if you take any African country in the north, particularly the North African states, Majority of the boundary between two states will be straight line. You just go and check in the atlas. Majority of the North African countries, the boundary lines are straight lines, as if it is drawn with a scale. Actually, it is drawn with a scale over a map in a table. The British people, they divided their land based on their own administrative convenience, not based on the existing setup. When British were strong, nobody was able to go against British. But when British gave independence to all these countries and went away, now these people are fighting for the borders. Because the borders were distorted by the British people. So that's why I'm telling. Not only just borders. If two people are community problem is the religious problem or ethnic problem is there, I mean definitely the British hand will be behind this. Myanmar Rohingya issue, Sri Lankan Tamil Sinhalese problem, India-Pakistan communal riots, India-Bangladesh communal riots in Calcutta. Who is behind this? British people. So if you read little deeply, then only you will understand. See, I am not blaming the British now. Okay. See, the point is, for their benefit, see, they are very minority people. They are living thousands of kilometers away from India. But how come they were able to control a 30-40 crore population, the combined India, Pakistan, Bangladesh population? So we are a very big in number. But British people, a handful of people controlled the entire India. How they controlled India? They divided the people and then they ruled us. They divided the entire world and ruled us. If you are one means they will divide it and then rule it. So that Kautilya principle, Samadhana, Beda, Danda, Beda, that Beda principle. So although the Indian philosopher only gave the idea of Beda, it is the British people who read that and used it and successfully they controlled the entire world. Okay. So if border problem is there means mostly British people will be behind this. Communal problem also British people will be behind that. What they will do is they will come and occupy one particular land. They will give more importance to the minorities. And using the minority they will control the majority. And until the minorities, until the British people were there in the particular country, the minorities will be safe. And they will be powerful and they will be getting all the benefits. When the minorities, when the British people quit that particular territory, the majority will go against the minority. So this is what happened in Sinhalese and Tamil people in Sri Lanka. This is what happened between the Myanmar population and the Rohingya population in Burma, Myanmar. Okay. See, everywhere it is like this one. I can give you a lot of examples. This is the fact. Okay. So communal problem, border problem means it is a British making, made in British. Made by, not made in, made by British only. Most of the problem is like that only. And if it is a problem of terrorism means 100% it will be US only. Okay, see why I am telling this, because I said no, all these West Asian countries are directly, indirectly they are involving in terrorism. See, how can we define terrorism? They are doing some kind of sabotage activities, killing people, creating fear in the mind of the people. Means we call those people as terrorist people. But why these terrorist people are there? If you are digging very deep into that, means see, Maoist Naxal population is. I am not a Maoist sympathizer of Maoist or Naxals. But what I am telling is, why these Maoist Naxals are fighting against Indian authority? See, they belong to a backward territory, economically, socially backward territory. No development is there, full of forest, hills, mountains. We people go there and eliminate those people. And in the name of development, we are forcibly taking their land for mining projects. And we will mine that particular tree, we will drive away those people. And those people lose their native land. And we won't give them proper compensation or do any other arrangement. And those people will be fighting against Indian authority. Because, see, for example, you are living in your home. Tomorrow you are going for a borewell for water. But you find that lot of oil is coming, means what you will do? Suppose government of India comes to know this, means what it will do? It will immediately come and seize your house. They will give you some compensation. In the name of compensation, they will ask you to vacate that particular territory, and government will drill oil and then they will take it. Can you allow, even if it is Indian government, can you allow them to enter our home and then take our land and take our resources? Can they drive you away from your home and homeland, your village, your community area? So like this only problems will be there. Okay. So that's why terrorism is there. But the British, US people, what they will do is, they wanted to dominate that particular territory. So they will support one particular party and eliminate the other party. and they wanted to impose their will over that particular party. That particular party will go against this party. So US will say that if you are not listening to me, then I will call you a terrorist. So like this only everywhere is there. Why I am telling this? Because who are these Taliban people? Who are these Mujahidins? Pakistan, Afghanistan, Mujahidin people are there, no? When Soviet Union invaded this Afghanistan, the US CIA and US government only armed them, financed them and supported the Mujahidins and made the Mujahidins to fight against the Soviet people. Because of its own problem, Soviet Union withdrew from Afghanistan. But now Afghanistan is free of Soviet Union. Now US wanted to dominate that particular territory. Now again the Mujahideen said that if Soviet Union are aliens, US people are also aliens there in Afghanistan. US also should vacate. US said that you are going against me means then Mujahideen people are terrorist people. Can you understand? See, somebody is coming, US, particularly US, is coming to your country, is taking the resource to grab the resources from your territory. They are coming and forcibly doing that. Means you can't be able to fight them directly because US is sophisticated in military finance, military technology, and also we can't fight a direct fight. We can't openly fight with the US soldiers. So what these people are doing is they are involving in proxy wars. If you involve in proxy wars means then US will brand them as terrorist people. The point is, who is a terrorist? If someone kills another person, he is a terrorist like that you define means we can accept it. That means a regular soldier can come and kill people, that world will accept. Irregularly through proxy method, if you kill the soldiers means then it is a terrorism. So like that only US is defining it. See, I am not supporting terrorism, but the point is, what I am telling is, if US is not involving in West Asian affairs means the issue of terrorism will not be there. If Western countries, I am telling, European and US, they are not involving in West Asian affairs means the people, they may fight with each other, but this kind of terrorism related issue will not be there. So US is the man behind terrorism and British people are the man behind all ethnic problems, religious problem, communal problem and border problem. Most of the cases in the world is like this one. Okay. So now you have to note that, for example, one big community is there, but in that community, they divided the community like this and then put them in different countries. In this country, you have to live with another community, they won't like that particular community. Always they will fight with each other, then easy to handle that particular country. So this is how British controlled all the West Asian region. This is how Western countries support all the, if two small people are fighting with each other means, you should not go and support one particular party. If you go and support one particular party means your opponent will go and support the other party. So those two people, if they fight means evening they may have a compromise and evening they will be friendly. But if you are going and supporting one particular party means you are escalating that particular problem. You are making that particular problem a very big problem. So more parties joins means then it will become a big problem. Okay, so I don't like my friend, my enemy. So what I am doing is I am going and supporting party A. My enemy will go and support party B. A and B will be fighting. See, if we leave them alone means they will settle the issue. But if the third party, that like US, other Western country, they go and support means they will make this problem a very big problem. So this is how the big problems are there. Many of the problems in West Asia and also in the world also is not solved. Okay. So these are all some of the basics in West Asia that you should know. So what we will do is we will stop the class here and then what we will do is we will continue the class. Next class what we will do is we will go India, Iran. What is the relation between Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia. So all these things we will discuss in the next class. So actually I have to discuss this today because since the first session extended for till 12:45 or 1 o'clock, I have to cut the class here. Okay. So we'll continue in the next class. Okay. So up to this, if you have any doubt means you can ask questions, quick questions. See, ask the question sharply. Okay. So that lot of people are waiting, no? So it will be easy. Okay. Sharply you ask the question. Okay. So now you can ask questions, quick questions. So far we have not entered into the discussion. These are all the base foundation things which you should know. So tomorrow we will enter into Iraq. What is the internal situation in Iraq? and how we can relate this Iraq problem with Iran, Saudi Arabia, US, that we will see tomorrow. So tomorrow or in the next class. Yes, Swati. Swati can ask question. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Could you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So I want to know about the kind of securities, what kind of security the India is expecting from Middle East.
See, security means you have to note that. See, India, for example, with respect to Israel, we have a pact, defense pact. So Israel is the second largest defense equipment provider to India, next to Russia. The second largest defense partner is Israel. So today we have not discussed about Israel. With respect to other country, I am telling. Saudi Arabia is a security partner to India. Okay, Iran is also a close partner to India. So if these countries are having some kind of link with the terrorist group in their country, no? So those terrorist groups are being used by Pakistan against India. Already I said earlier, all these Arabian countries, they were supporting Pakistan regarding Kashmir. If they have some terrorist people are there for their own reason, Pakistan may use those terrorist group also against India also. This is what be happening. Okay, in 1990, since 1990, India is facing cross-border terrorism because Pakistan is using Afghan-based terrorist group and then the Middle East-based terrorist group in India, and they are creating sabotage activity in India. So this is a big security problem for India. So our idea is we should not allow West Asia to encourage terrorism or any West Asian country to fall into the hands of terrorism. Okay, so security issue is the number one issue with respect to West Asia. If West Asia, the terrorist people are getting strong means India will have the headache. Very simple. Okay. Yes. Yes, Kirti.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
Sir, can you share the slides, sir? Slides you present, sir. Because I missed some points while taking notes, sir.
No.
The titles,
No. See, wait. The point is, again we are going to revisit again in the class when things settle down. Okay. So now, just we are engaging for a very long time. We are discussing newspaper. We have started some basic classes, so that it will be easy for you to read the newspaper. Okay, that is the objective of today's class, starting of this regular class. Bilateral, tomorrow modern India class will be there. So like that. Okay. So again we will be revisiting. By the time conveniently, slow and steadily we will move. Okay. So don't worry. Just read the newspaper. If you have any doubt, means come back to me. I will do some arrangement to share this. Okay. So as the slides as it is, it won't be shared. But I will do some other thing to share these things, maps, etc. So that you will have an understanding. It will be easy for you for your preparation. That we will do. That we will do it during the regular class period. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Srinivasan. Srivatsan.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my doubt is the US is putting sanctions on countries who are trading with Iran, sir.
Yes.
Likewise, US is also putting sanctions when we trade with Russia of the S-400 defense system. So
yes.
we are obeying US with respect to Iran, but we are not obeying with respect to Russia. Can you bring a clarity on that, sir?
Yes, we will be discussing this in the class, but anyway, I will tell you briefly what is up. See, the point is, we are a close ally of Iran and we are also a close ally of Russia. And Iran and Russia doesn't like US. Because India is not a party to that particular problem. Iran and Russia, they are in one side, US is on the other side. Okay. And we are also having good relationship with US also. And from US, we are also getting a lot of benefits. So what US is telling us, in order to put pressure on Russia and Iran, US directly it is putting some kind of sanction on these two countries. But that those sanctions are not enough, like that US is thinking. So now what US is doing is, US is also asking the beneficiaries of US, that is the friends of US who are getting benefits from US, to put the similar sanction on Iran and Russia. So now what happened is India got into trouble, because India is a common friend to both Russia and US, both Iran and US. We are getting benefit from Iran and Russia, and also we are also getting benefit from US. So because US wants that, how can we put pressure on Iran and Russia and cut down our relationship with Russia and Iran? So India got into trouble. So, but diplomatically India is handling that. But we are getting pressure from Trump, yes. But with respect to Iran, US is just asking, don't buy oil from Iran. But US is allowing India to access Iran, to access Afghanistan and Central Asia. Okay, so to some extent they are not putting pressure, to some extent they are putting pressure, US is putting pressure. So this is the serious situation, a tight situation India is facing today. Okay, how to balance our relationship between Russia and US, Iran and US. For India, Iran is also important, US is also important. For India, Russia is also important, US is also important. But US and, because they are fighting with each other, one party is telling, if you want to have a relation with me, means you should cut my relation with my enemy. Like that, they're telling, means how we have to accept that. So, but US is giving pressure that if we continue our relationship with Iran or with Russia, means the benefits we are getting from US will be cut down. Like that, US is putting pressure. But at the same time, India is also that means expressing our inability to completely cut off our relationship with Russia or with Iran. US also know this. Okay, so we with the tight situation, that means tight balancing, India is having it now with these countries.
Sir,
Okay.
one more doubt, sir.
Yes.
One more doubt. This regarding the fact that you said that British demarcates boundaries as a straight line. Could that be seen as an experience of ruling India, or whether before India itself they were doing that, sir? Whether before conquering India itself they were doing this straight line border, straight line boundary demarcation,
No,
or
see,
after ruling India?
See, among the colonies of British, India is the number one colony, because India is a very rich country, no? Okay, so they came to India in 17th century. Okay, so nearly for 300, 400 years they were controlling India, but Africa, West Asia and all only recently only. So the point is, the point is, if they want to see what the British have learnt is, if you want to go and control one particular region, means they should not be together. That is the only rule they are having it. Divide the people in the name of something, in the name of border, in the name of religion, in the name of caste, in the name of tribe. You divide those people and control them. So this is a simple logic done by the British people, and they conquered the entire world. That's all. Okay. So they did it in Africa, they did it in India, they did it in West Asia also. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Mageshwari. Yes.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible, please.
Sir, I have a doubt that you said that we are not accepted as a member in IOC.
Yes.
It is based on a terrorism. You have said that reason. I can't understand that concept. Can you please explain me, sir?
See, the thing is, West Asian countries, directly, indirectly, they are supporting terrorism. Okay. So West Asian countries are the major Islamic countries. If they have this big forum called OIC forum. If India is allowed membership, and India is affected by terrorism, if India is allowed to address the conference, means what India will do? First instance, it's the first time, it's the first chance itself. India will say that terrorism is a big problem. All the people who are in that particular hall, OIC hall, will get embarrassed, because directly, indirectly, they are supporting terrorism. No.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that's why if we allow India, means we will raise terrorism issue. That will embarrass all the members. That's why they are not allowing India.
Okay.
So this is one reason,
Okay, sir.
main reason. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Next question. Next question. Yes, Varsha.
Sir,
Yes?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. Please ask the question.
Sir, I want to know about foreign exchange reserve, sir. Can you explain me in simple terms, sir?
See, foreign exchange, if you wanted to buy anything from outside India, means, do you think that you can pay in, see, you are buying a new laptop from US or some Western country. Do you think that they will accept rupee? Because where rupee will be valid?
India, sir.
Within India only. Okay, unless we have something to give in return, we have to pay them only in US dollars because US is the world currency. So if
Yes,
India
sir.
sells things, means we will get US currency. If Indian people are going and working there outside, means they will get salary. When they send back money to India, means we will get in their foreign currency. So the total amount of foreign reserves means the excess money, the bank balance we call it, for personal bank. If you have an account, you have some surplus money, means we call that as bank balance. Like that, foreign reserve is the bank balance of India in US currency. Okay, so if you export to other countries, means you will earn more money. If you buy more things, means import more things, means our money will get depleted. So this is the understanding. This is forex currencies.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Next question. Revati.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I would like to ask you about the Ottoman Empire. It's like you told it's a vast region controlled by the
Turks.
Turkey. Is it so? Yeah, okay. It's east
Turkey
to
is
Meridian Sea.
Turkey is the modern name. Yeah, they are Turks. Turks is that race, that group people we call clan. We call it as Turks. Turkey is a modern day country. Earlier it was Ottoman Empire.
Okay. Okay, sir. So during the First World War, this Ottoman Empire stood with whom, sir? I didn't get the point.
Germany.
Okay.
Turkey
And
is Ottomans were allies of Germany.
Okay, so sir, Ottoman Empire included the present-day West Asia, like Saudi Arabia,
Not Saudi Arabia.
Iran, Iraq. Is it so?
No. Iraq was there.
Palestine.
To some extent, Iran was there. Palestine area was there. Saudi Arabia, something like an autonomous region under Ottoman Empire. Like that, it was there. So all the Islamic countries were under the leadership of Ottoman Empire. Very simple. All the West Asian Islamic countries were under the leadership of Ottomans. That Caliphate system, by the time, it was not there. So all the Islamic community people, they accepted Ottomans as the Caliphate. Caliphate means the Islamic leader.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Initially, what you told.
Yes.
Sir, so there was a division by British and Britishers and French.
French people took the northern territory of Ottoman. Southern territory went to British. The present-day Palestine, Jordan, some part of Iraq went under the control of British.
Okay. So, so is there any relationship between Sunnis and Shia division that take place initially?
See, they are same group of people only. See, after Prophet Muhammad died, who is going to be the next leader? For the two groups, they were going against each other. One group we call it as Sunni Muslims, another group Shia Muslims. That's all. So no other division. Okay, it is political division, but later became a two separate clan sect in Islam, and they doesn't like each other.
Okay. So these same people were divided by this British and French. Is it so? Okay, sir.
Okay.
That's my doubt. Thank you.
Okay.
So once more, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
As you told about the Afghan issue, U.S. role in Afghan issue, I didn't get it. So for the first time I'm hearing all
actually,
this stuff, so I didn't get it.
1980s, Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. Okay, for some reason. to support the communist group in Afghanistan. Soviet Union entered Afghanistan. So US is having a policy of going against communism, no? So US came to Afghanistan and supported the tribal people there. And they only armed the tribal people, they only financed the tribal people and helped the tribal people to fight against Soviet Union. But Soviet Union in late 1980s, what they did is they withdrew from Afghanistan because of their own reason, and Soviet Union disintegrated. So now what happened is the tribal people now successfully they have driven away the Soviet Union. Now they also want US also to go back. US is not ready to go back. And US and the tribal people, they began to fight with each other. The tribal people only, we call the tribal people is Mujahideen people. US now telling that they only helped this Mujahideen. Now US Mujahideen is not listening to US. If anyone is not listening to US means, then US will openly brand them as terrorist people. Before that also they were terrorist only. Now also terrorist people only. Can you understand?
Okay. Yes, sir. So, in 2001, there was an attack in New York.
Yes.
So is it because of this reason? Just
this is the same reason only. US is dominating Afghanistan, where Al Qaeda is one particular group who is against this Western countries' domination in that particular region. They came to Twin Tower and Pentagon and they attacked, and then in return US sent its army. Now in Afghanistan, US army is there. Now in morning, sir discussed, no, Trump is now very desperate to pull out the US army out of Afghanistan. He came to Afghanistan to fight against the Taliban was supporting this Al Qaeda. Now Taliban cannot be eliminated. Now they wanted to pull out of Afghanistan. So now they are negotiating with the enemy for a settlement now, which India doesn't like.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
I got the link, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. We will discuss further, don't worry, okay? Again, we will be discussing this in Afghanistan. Again, we will be discussing in class, okay? So, a lot of things we have to discuss.
Ottoman Empire also we will be discussing, sir.
No, Ottoman Empire, see, this is foreign policy, no? So, I am just quoting Ottoman Empire, that's all. But in world history is there, in that they will be discussing detailing all these things. Just I am giving you a hint only, okay? This is not a world history class. This is a bilateral class. My point is, I am trying to make you to understand what is the politics going on in West Asia today. So to understand that, I am giving you all these leads. That's all. So this may be detailed in detail. They will discuss in world history session, not in bilateral class. Okay, just I am quoting. That's all. So this involves a lot of matters. No, those things will be discussed in world history.
Okay.
Thank
you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Next question, Deepika.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have a doubt regarding terrorism, sir. I want to know who will be supporting these terrorist people financially.
All the West Asian countries, Saudi, that we will discuss tomorrow. Don't worry. Next class, I will tell you who is supporting whom. Okay, so that part we have not discussed. All the West Asian countries, directly, indirectly, they are supporting terrorism. That's all. Government. Because already I said, who is a terrorist means difficult to define. Okay, so if aliens are coming and attacking you in your home, you can't face them directly because their military is very strong. So you are using proxy method, guerrilla warfare to fight them. Then you will be branded as terrorist by US, that's all. See, if anyone is not listening to US means, US will brand them as terrorist, that's all. This is US definition of terrorist.
If Indian military is going and fighting against Pakistan, means they will tell us as a terrorist or as a no Indian army is fighting against us.
This is two legitimate army fighting against each other. But informally, Pakistan is using proxy method to attack India, sabotage India, means that we call it as terrorism. Can you understand? See, two countries are fighting in war means that is not terrorism, that is war. See, when the enemy is sleeping, you are going and hitting him in the night, or you are using some informal methods to attack him, sabotage him, then we call that as a terrorist act. That's all.
Indirectly, without telling them like that only.
Without telling and using informal methods, like bomb, like that. Okay, like that you are going and blasting some buildings in a public place. You are putting a bomb. Means civilians also die, no. So those activities we call it as terrorist activity.
Thank you, sir.
Jay,
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, my doubt is, does India want to be in OIC only to address the terrorism activities of Pakistan, or any other reasons about the 13% population of Muslims?
In the starting of the class, we discussed what are the 4 important things India wants from West Asia, our interest in West Asia. One is oil.
Okay, sir.
Another one is trade. Another one is cultural understanding. Finally, terrorism. But for India, terrorism is the biggest problem.
Yes, sir. Sir, we are already in cooperation with those countries, sir. So, does that really need for us to be in the OAC, or we are already in good cooperation, no, sir?
Individually, but as a group we fail. That's the problem. This is the problem with Indian diplomacy. Individually we are successful. As a group, multilateral forum means India fails.
Okay, sir, I got it. Sir, my next question, in the slide behind you, it's started a topic about the British drawing lines over the Palestine, and sir, you have moved on to the next topic of the British and the divide and rule policy, sir. You haven't explained the Palestine issue much.
The Palestine issue, in the starting of the class itself, I said Israel-Palestine issue will be dealt separately, because we are going to discuss a lot of things, a lot of confusions are there. So Israel-Palestine issue is a separate problem. So for our convenience, we are taking that thing outside. So today, our concession, this class concession, discussion is about Iran, Iraq, Syria, Saudi, Yemen. So this territory. Okay, Israel-Palestine also is a problem. We will discuss it in a separate issue, as a separate issue. Okay, so no need to link in this. Okay. So our main idea is what is the problem between Saudi and Iran. That is the main issue we are going to discuss. So we have started, just now we have started it. We have not really started. Just I have given you the background only. So from next class only, from Iraq we have to start. Then you will understand. It takes another 1.5 hours. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So next question. Shiva.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you said Shia Muslims and the Sunni Muslims is the problem in the Western Asia countries, sir.
Yes.
Then why Saudi Arabia is not war with Iraq, sir? It was against Iran, but not against with Iraq. Iraq is also Shia.
But in Iraq, a considerable amount of Sunni Muslims are also there, no? See, that we will discuss. That means, see, actually we have not discussed that. Okay. So regarding Iraq, next slide we are going to discuss that. We have stopped before because of the time. Okay. So don't worry, just wait for one more class. Next session we will start with that issue. So in Iraq, you have to note that 65% of the population is Shia. That means 35% of the population is Sunni Muslims. So Saudi, there are certain people who support Saudi. But majority in terms of population, they support Iran.
Likewise, our nation interest for the foreign policy, they are also following like that. For resources only, they supporting Saudi Arabia.
Yes. So see, when handling West Asia, we are not handling them in terms of Shia, Sunni like that. We are handling all the West Asian people based on our own merit. We want something from West Asia, oil, trade, our NRI people are working there. And then no country should support any terroristic people who are attacking India. Okay, so West Asian countries should not support them directly or indirectly. This is our objective. Our objective is not to go and create problem or intervene in the Sunni Shia issues and all. That is not our objective. Okay, where we have interest, we will intervene. Otherwise, intervene means in the sense we will show interest. Showing interest and intervening both are completely different. Showing interest means we are watching it, we will engage them. Intervening means you are taking action. Okay, so depending upon the interest of India only, we will do it. Okay, if two people are fighting with each other means why they are fighting, that is not our problem. But if it going to affect India means, then India will show our interest.
Okay, sir. Sir, the organizations of Islamic cooperation, it criticizes India for Kashmir problem, sir.
No, OIC is not doing it. The members of OIC, they are doing it. They are supporting Kashmir.
Yes, sir. Why then China is also, there is a problem of Uyghur Muslims?
China is not a member in OIC.
Sir, India is also not a member of OIC, but due to populations only, they are we want members, sir.
Yes.
In China also there is a Muslim minority called Uyghur, sir.
Uyghur population is there, Muslim population is there. The Chinese communist people, they doesn't like religion. They are crushing those people. So they are not members in OIC.
India is a member of OIC, sir.
India is not a member of OIC. China is not a member of OIC. Russia is also not a member of OIC, because all these three countries, they are in some way they are fighting against the Islamic community. In terms of India, they are raising Kashmir issue. Kashmir issue, Indian government is suppressing the Islamic people in Kashmir. Like that, they are creating Pakistan has created problem in OIC. That's why we are not included. Russia because of Chechenian rebels. China because of Uyghur people. Yes.
Sir, then why IOC members not criticizes China for their suppressions, sir?
OIC, not IOC, OIC member. OIC will criticize, will support them also. Support the Muslim people in Uyghur region, yes. But China is a very big country. So that involves a lot of politics.
Even though we have friendly, yes, sir. Even though we have maintained the friendly relations with all the countries, they are not reflect that our standings. But China is suppressing them. But even though they act like a puppet of China.
Why means because, see, for example, I will tell you, last year India was trying to list some of the terrorist people in UN terrorist list. But China blocked India. India's move. So directly or indirectly, China is having interest in West Asia. China is supporting them directly or indirectly. China is supporting Pakistan. Pakistan is supporting terrorism. So China is indirectly supporting terrorism. Like that we can take. So the terrorist people doesn't have much problem with China like they have it with India. India openly fighting against terrorism. But China is fighting against the Chinese Muslim terrorist people alone. But with respect to West Asian terrorist people, China indirectly having some kind of link. Link means we can't say that China is having a link. Indirectly they have an understanding. China is putting road in West Asia, but the terrorist people are not going and attacking China. Why it is the case? Because they have an informal understanding. I will not do anything against you and you should not do anything against me. But Uyghur region, the Muslim population is there. That is a different race. So this West Asian population, they are not including them. That's the understanding.
Okay, sir.
Sanjay? Next question? Yes, Sanjay? Okay. So we'll continue in the next class.